Oh my word. So we're just going to be answering fun questions, doing fun laundry, and enjoying adulthood at its peak. We also are going to need Robbie. Let's get him in here because we all know I'm not folding this by myself. I could, okay? I could, but I don't have to. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Good to have you here.
Good to be here. Thanks for welcoming me in.
You're welcome. Can you make us a little bit lighter? Okay, I was really enjoying the darkness, but we turned up the lights. Can you see us any better? Okay. Moving on. Let's do our first random question generator question. Click 4. It says, question. What was the best compliment you've ever received? That's a fantastic question.
I think you should go first today because somebody has been a little down in the dumps today. And it's good to focus/reflect on positive things when you're feeling like that.
So what you're saying is AI might have gotten me. They were like, we're going to make you a better you. Okay. My favorite compliment that I've ever gotten, I don't know. I don't have much of a memory. I'm sure I've gotten plenty because I have nice friends and I meet nice, kind people. However, I did get a compliment recently. I don't even know if it was a compliment or someone was just saying something, but I took it as a fantastic compliment. I went to go hang out with my friend and we were doing like basically a little book clubby night almost is what it felt like. And when I got there, I was feeling like, what do I have to offer? And she was like, I'm so glad you're here. I just really like the way that you think. What? It made my life. I've been repeating it in my head ever since almost every second of the day. because also look, these are my compression socks and I have a black pair and a white pair, but a lot of times I just stick them together. Black and white together can make beautiful things.
Kind of like us.
Well, I thought me is what I was, but us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thanks for joining the party.
I like the way I think. Okay, anyways, all right, your turn.
Okay, first of all, that was very great. I love that compliment. I think it fits very muchly, in fact. Let's see. I actually did get a compliment recently, now that I think about it. I was on my walk, and somebody that we know that lives around us, they stopped to talk to me for a second, which, by the way, this person has never talked to me in the whole 5-ish or however long years we've lived here. So even that alone was a compliment. But no, so they noticed me, they made it a point to mention to me that they had noticed that I walked quite a bit. They said that they feel like they see me walking all the time and that he thought I lost some weight. So that's kind of nice to know that apparently I'm actually losing some weight and that somebody took the time to mention it, notice it, etc.
That's nice. That's always nice when you're working towards a goal and someone notices.
Agreed.
Okay.
You were supposed to hold the microphone for me so I could fold the clothes.
I know, but I got really excited folding and I'd rather touch the clothes than the mic for some reason. So here, you click the button and do the next one.
Okay. What is one of the great values that guides your life?
Oh my word. That felt real deep.
Yeah, this just got really, real. Really real.
It's really, really real. Let me think. What is a great value that guides my... do you feel guided in life by a value?
I mean, I feel like can you say that love is a value?
Yeah, we want to be loving and kind to people. I would say that there's lots of values that we have. Try to be good people. Good whatevers. One, like everyone, aren't we all out here just trying to do the best we can with what we got? I think one of the big things that I say all the time is what I just said, is doing the best I can with what I got. And then also, I think one that really shifted life for me is when I feel like I was 15. I say this all the time. I feel like everything happened when I was 15. It's impossible, like actually. Anyways, someone had a little talk with me about like being humble and modest and knowing my limitations, and that it's okay to know my limitations and to make sure that I live within my limitations, which I feel like is a very good thing for me to bring out here now, because I talk so much about my chronic illness and disability and so on and so forth. But when I was 15, all we knew was I was having some health issues, and some of the doctors were like, yeah, it's probably all in your head, or maybe it's just because, you're a woman, So it wasn't really like anything that was like big to, as far as like, oh, you're probably just fine. Like this is something everyone's going through if you're a woman, or it's in your head and you just need to deal with stress better. And I was like, I thought I was doing pretty well. But anyways, so to have someone talk to me and notice that I was having a lot of health issues and that I was trying to kind of live up to this idea that the doctors were saying and what other people are expecting, even, my parents and things, of what I should be doing and how much I should be doing and how much I should be giving of myself and all the stuff and things. And then me wanting to be, I was young and wanting to live life and, get my learner's permit and my license and hang out with friends and yada, yada, yada. And how hard and difficult that was for me, but I was like, no, it's all in my head or whatever. So, or everyone is living like this, which I didn't really believe, but I was like, well, this is what everyone's telling me, and this is everyone else's perception of me. And even though my perception is my reality, the reality is that other people's perceptions greatly, was influential in my life, especially when I'm younger and I have other people that are around me that are more authoritative figures like parents and such and things. So I guess long story long is, really understanding to live within my limitations, and that's actually a good thing, and that I don't need to even now we talk a lot about like hustle culture in the world and in the internet and things, and there's a balance, I think, for me that I can have between having like hustle culture, working harder, working smarter, not harder, and also living within my limitations, because pushing past them doesn't really do me any good. I'm a sensitive little body, so it doesn't do me good in the short run, but also, for people who even can push a little bit for a little bit of time, it ends up, oftentimes not doing good for them in the long run, or it leads to burnout, things like that, even for like a more normal person, healthy person. So I think I really valued understanding my limits and working within them, and that I could actually go farther in life and experience doing that, and that it didn't make me any less of a person, but just, a person doing what I can with what I got. So I would say that that is one that guides my life for the last 15 years. I think of that every single day. So I think that's an important one for me. What about you?
I definitely like the way that you're thinking. Yeah, I definitely like how you how you brought those points out, and I agree with them. And it made me think of something when you're talking about how people viewed you or what you were going through or all of the above. And for me, I feel like this question is a little weird because it's more like instead of the question is what is one of the great values that guides your life. I feel like for me right now, it's more like what is a value that I'm currently working towards on whatever to guide my life. So like, what am I trying to focus on right now? And one of those things that I am trying to really like think on, focus on, work on, all of the above, is to be like more thoughtful, whether it's to you, to other people, just in general, to situations and whatnot, because that can go a long way in so many different things in so many ways. And it can really, because I don't know, it's easy to think of yourself. I mean, what other way can you say that? And I feel like it can be so easy to whether you mean to or not, whether you're realizing that you are, it's easy to be kind of almost self-centered, you know? But it's what's not as easy is being able to think of others, to put yourself in their shoes, to see what maybe they're going through and why, or even how they're reacting to something. Like, I'm going to throw us under the bus here. Say if you and I get into like a little spit spat over something.
We never fight.
Okay. And so, but why did, what are we fighting about? What did we get into an argument about? Why are you upset on your side instead of just focusing on why I'm upset or why I become upset by something that you maybe said? But why are you saying what you said? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just immediately getting defensive about it, why are you upset and why are you in the place that you are, and how can I help you address that, etc., help support you? Because some people might look at that situation and go, well, I don't need to be treated like that. But in the long run, that could easily just set you up for failure, because it's not really doing anything constructive. It's just you're thinking of how it affects you.
Yeah.
So that's not being a very great partner.
Wait, and I just wanted to add too of like, sometimes, especially with me, is having dysautonomia, my nervous system's crazy and my hormones can be crazy and my moods can go up and down because of those things. So sometimes I will say something that's just a little like, what was that? Okay. Hello. And it is really, it's not because I really mean it, and it's not because, it could just be because my blood sugar plummeted real quick, or it could be because of something that's going on, or extra stressors to me, doesn't even like stressors, it could be like extra stimulation because we did so much in the day, or we had to deal with things that we have to deal with because we live in the world, we're adults, we got responsibilities, whatever, and it just took me out a little bit too much. So it could be the time of the month, really. Any week of the month could be a little treacherous for you to navigate. And then I feel like there are times too where I feel like I'm just trying to work through a problem, and I am a little bit like grounded and I feel like everything is normal, but sometimes working through a problem can feel like you're getting attacked if it's like, oh, I'd like you to do this or this differently, because we do work together and we live together, and you are also my caregiver, so we're working together in that sense. Like, we spend a lot of time together and we have a lot of different dynamics to our relationship that have to be done. We have to have at this point in our life, and navigate differently, day by day, week by week. So I think that is a good thing to think about. Is me. Great answer.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is like, it's not even just that it applies to you. It does, obviously, because of everything that you just said. But even on a grander scale, it applies to basically anyone and everyone, because it literally changes how you can, perceive other people around you. And with like me specifically, for example, it can change how I perceive other people, how I am with other people, how I treat them, etc. And this is a universal thing. It's not just applying to me. But it is applying to me in the sense that that's something that I am trying to be more conscious of, cognizant of, whatever. So yeah. What about you? What are you working on? Tell us. Put it in the comments.
What's one of your greatest values? Please, we need more values. I'm having a lot of fun folding the laundry. I'll let you fold one thing and I'll answer one question. The next question is, what is one fictional place that you would love to visit? And I would like to say, I don't know a lot of fictional places, but like Alien. Anything alien. Like if it was outer space and I could be in a spaceship and like going to see other aliens and what they're doing and what kind of buildings they have, how many suns and moons, like what are they, what kind of clothes are they wearing, are they doing transportation, do they have animals, are their animals their friends, their babies, their cohabit, like is it like You know, just another thing on the planet. I don't know. And then I would like to also answer this question again. Dinosaurs? I don't know. Fictional place, somewhere where dinosaurs are real and I can ride them. Which I think shouldn't be that surprising, knowing that I'm a horse girl and I like to ride horses. I want to ride things, apparently. I want to ride like one of those things with the long necks. Although in all the movies that I've ever seen, one of the really big things with the long necks, they move real slow. I want to ride something fast. So, and then a pterodactyl. I want to ride something in the sky. And then I like that its name is pterodactyl, because I'm pterodactyl. Anyways, yeah. So basically anything like maybe aliens, and I think aliens and dinosaurs in one place is a bit too much. But if I went to an alien place and they had big things that reminded me of dinosaurs, that would be cool. That would be cool. Okay, you?
The aliens are dinosaurs.
The aliens are no, see, I feel like that took away one of the things. I want the aliens and the dinosaurs to be I want two great things, okay? I don't want to try to combo that. I don't need a 2-in-1. Well, I don't know. I digress.
For me, it would be more about maybe like a time period. Ooh. Instead of like a fantasy place. There's not really anywhere fantasy-wise.
I'll accept as a time period as a fictional place.
Yeah. Because that was the other thing, because it's fictional, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I would want to do more like almost, what's it called? Feudal Japan time period. Oh. And in that like kind of area, that time frame has always intrigued me. Although I would probably get killed.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you don't have to go somewhere that you feel like your life is going to be in danger if you don't want to in this fictional exercise that we were doing here. But
I mean, I don't technically know that. I can't help but feel like
fictional place, then
I guess that's true. Nobody dies there.
Yeah, thank you. I watch a lot of Asian TV because I watch a lot of TV, period. And so I do find myself on all sorts of things and places. And I watch sometimes I'll watch like something where it's old China. I don't really know if it's old China. I don't really know history. But where they're wearing like the really pretty outfits and they've got like, stop laughing at me.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of like, yeah, it was only like 2000. No.
I know. They're all, and anyone from China is like, what? That was last year. What are you talking about? Anyways, and they wear like these things in their hair, and their makeup is so like simple but pretty, and the little hairpin. I'm obsessed with the hairpins. I want my hair to be, and their hair is so long. I want long hair. You know, I'm obsessed with long hair. And then I want to put hairpins all in my hair. Oh, I love a good accessory. And then their dresses that they wear, just like they're flowing everywhere, and someone's always running somewhere in the shows. You know, they're like, I gotta run after my love or something. And then everything is just flowing, and then the hairpin, and then the hair comes out. So I want to be that fictional hairpin. I want to have hairpins. I guess in real life I could just wear hairpins. And I can use some hair growth serum or something. Get some long hair, then it won't be so fictional. So
that was beautiful. When was the last time you changed your opinion about something major?
Every day, and it's everything. You know, I would like to say that I like to have strong opinions based on facts and thinking things through. You know, like I want a reason to have it. I just don't want to be like, sure, I'll have opinion. Otherwise, I don't say I have opinion about something. However, new information comes out all the time, and then, you know, living life, you go through something and you're like, wow, that felt so much different, and I got to see it from a different point of view, and now this is what I believe. You know, like you might think that you'll always raise kids a certain way, and then you have kids and you're like, wow, things are different. I haven't had that particular experience, but I expect it to be exactly like that, because I have a lot of things written down, and I've read things, and I've got things saved of like, all right, if I have children, these are the things that I think I'm gonna want to do, and have a plan. But I know that I'm ready to change it. So I'm going to stick with anything and everything. I want to be flexible. I want to have sturdy facts and thoughts and feelings and think things through. But I want to be very open to anyone else's opinion, really. But also, open to living through something and learning more and allowing that to change my mind. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like this one's kind of a cheat for me. I feel like what I had mentioned already earlier was kind of this for me about being thoughtful. Because
before you were like, I shouldn't be thoughtful.
No, it's not so much that. It's more like what that looks like. Yeah, because it's not like in my head, and I guess in anyone's head, you can think of being like you want to be thoughtful, but that can still look different to you based on, I guess, kind of like what you said, old information, if that's what it comes down to for you, or just how you perceive things, how you think about something. So I don't know. Mine's a little bit of a cheat on this one because I already answered it, but not just in a different way.
Okay, fine. Go to the next one. Hopefully someone else can leave a better comment and better answer than we did in the comments. If you had to change your name, what would you change it to? We both, I feel like, are going to have a lot to say about this because we both grew up being like, that's not our name. Okay, so my name is Tara, and growing up, I was like, I don't think so. So what kind of names? I feel like now I can't imagine me having any other name, but I feel like I could look like something, maybe with another T, like Tiff. I feel like that would be cute. When I was younger, at some point you always want to go by like a middle name or a famous name or something like that. But right now I'm thinking Tiff. I think I would be a really cute Tiff. Yeah. And I would also like to rename my husband. I mean, if I'm going to rename myself, I may as well rename everyone around me. I do love to name things. Like all growing up, I would name my cars. And then, I would have animals, name that. At some point we had like 14 cats or something ridiculous. We live in the country. I don't want you to get too alarmed. We live in the country and we live in the middle of nowhere. And sometimes people will have neighborhood cats or a cat that's, having lots of babies, whatever. And they'll just put them in a box and drop them off, somewhere in the country to go live their life or whatever. And we've had that happen. So we had a whole box of cats and then some kittens and then another cat that was pregnant and had more kittens. So that's why it was so many. And we tried to be responsible, get them all taken care of at the vet and things like that. And then leave them outside. So most of them anyway. Some of them did end up coming inside because, a fluffy, cute kitten, they'll break anybody. That's what I've learned in life. Anyways, so I love naming those things. I love naming cats. They're so fluffy and yeah. I love naming things. I would like to name you, I don't know, maybe something with like an H, but something that also has like not like something like hairy, but something a little bit more like rooted in something like Hank, something like that. I'd have to think about it, but something that starts with an H I think would go good with you. Maybe I'll just name you Hubby. You don't get another name. Yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Well, first of all, can we just say how you took that question and ran in a totally expanded direction with it? The question was if you could change your name, and you just were like, how do I change anyone and everyone's name right now? I'm changing your name.
I've changed my channel name 18 times.
Now that that's out of the way.
Okay.
Also, I feel like you may have said what you said possibly because of me, or maybe really this is just a thing of people wanting to be called by their middle name, because that is something that I wanted at one point in my life. I wanted to be called by my middle name when I was in school. And then there was also another period in my life where my mom told me that apparently I was supposed to have a different name, and it was an Italian name. She said my name was supposed to be Alessandro. So that means that for short, I probably would have been something like Alec. Maybe Alex, but probably Alec. And so, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And so there was a period there where I was really debating. I was like, do I want to go get my name changed?
Yeah. I changed my last name.
Wow.
When I got married.
By 2 letters.
It was a big change. I had to go to the government and talk them into it. I think that was my favorite question of the night so far. Yeah. Okay? I don't know if you could tell. Next question. Mountains or ocean?
Oh, mountains all the way.
Ocean. Well, okay. My whole life I was ocean, and I've almost drowned several times in the ocean. Like I got stuck in a tidy thing in one of those undercurrent things and got pulled out in between 2 sandbars. I was young and had I was attached to a boogie board, and the boogie board was being pulled out, and I literally could not go against it. And I wasn't the strongest swimmer because I was young and not a strong swimmer. I don't know. Like I could swim, but when the ocean be, not like that. So, and I wasn't the only one that got pulled out, and we had to be rescued in like all of these situations. I got stung by something that turned like my entire leg purple, and I couldn't walk for like 2 hours. What else? I also have been like electrocuted from the things in the sky. Lightning. When I was like in water, it hit the water or something. I black out for a minute, went to the ER, and they were like, stay away from windows for the rest of your life whenever there's a storm.
I wasn't at the beach.
No, but it was in water, and so I'm just saying now I have a thing against water and the ocean, and I used to love it, and now I'm like, maybe it never loved me. And it was a toxic relationship that I need to just let lie. So I would like to now change my answer to mountains. I mean, I was in a mountain once, and, it was higher upper, and I didn't feel like I was in a mountain, but the breathing was a little bit harder. So, but then you get used to it. I slept a lot when I first got there, so conserve oxygen. Maybe neither. Maybe here. Mountains, ocean, or just like a mountain of laundry. I would like mountain of laundry. What? Oh, anyways, that was a great question. Let's just move on.
Well, I didn't even get to say what I...
Oh, wait. Do you have more to... Sorry.
You went through this whole spiel of... this whole trauma of why you don't want to even be near water, period, let alone the actual question, which was the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Well, beach or mountains.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, yeah, mountains is my thing because when I was younger, I went camping somewhat a lot. Wow.
I'm not a camping fan. I went camping a lot when I was younger, too. And you know what? Now that I'm an adult, I make better decisions. So.
Yeah, well, we did camping like with my family as far as like my parents, my sister. We didn't really do camping. We did the kind with the trailer and stuff in a campground. But I got to go do more of like the tent-ish camping with some of my friends and stuff. And that was fun. No. Which, I mean, not that the other wasn't fun, but it's like it did feel different doing more like tent camping and just, it felt different. And I even did do like more of a rough kind of camping too, where we actually like had to hike to the actual spot that we were going to set up tents in. It was like I don't even know how long it was. I think it was like a 45-minute to an hour like walk, and we were doing this at night.
Wait, did you have cell phone service?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm not doing that. I just want to put a foot down here. I want to put all my feet down. Absolutely not. Just for the record.
Yeah, that was that one was interesting. I liked it too. even though it was a bit rougher, we didn't have a lot of the normal things, even what we had in the other times, like where I was camping with my friends. It was like literally just the tent and then whatever food you may have brought and stuff like that, which in a way was part of the fun, I guess. I don't know. But
you and I have different definitions of fun.
Yeah. What was kind of scary though was they had like some dogs out there, which supposedly there was even wild dogs around there. I don't know how accurate that was, but I could definitely hear dogs or something. I don't know. It was a little jarring for me. I felt a little weird because I was kind of scared. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And the guy I was with heading the camping trip, I feel like he was probably like, gosh, what a wuss. So looking back, I was like, man, I wish I was a little bit more of a man back then. But,
I don't think so. I think feeling your feelings is humanly.
Yeah. I mean, we were in the dark and we were literally hearing/talking about there being dogs out there, like wild dogs that could attack you out of nowhere. And I was like, well, that's nice. Anyways, so that's my mountain story.
Okay, so your mountain story is camping, and no thanks. You used to live in Alaska with lots of beautiful mountains. You talk about that to me all the time. All the time.
That is true. Alaska does have some amazing mountains. There's one of the parts that you go to, I think it's on the way to Palmer, Alaska. You have mountains on both sides, I think, technically. Although on the ones on the right, they're like really like the mountains, and you can see the reflection of them if the water, if the weather conditions right, which is what we saw on one particular trip. And it was like literally a mirror reflection of the mountains in the water.
Oh, wow.
It was like beautiful. And so, yeah, I would highly recommend.
Next question. What is your theme song? I asked this question in desperation that my husband would make a theme song for me. He has an amazing voice. It's basically the only reason I married him. No, I just thought he was going to serenade me all day long. And he refuses to make me a theme song. So far, I've had this YouTube channel for like a year and a half, 2 years, year and a half. And I have been asking, like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you made me a song, a little diddly do that I could have as like an intro video? And he's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, for me, can't you? So I don't know. What's my theme song? Patent pending. No, not patent pending, just pending. Just in the works of me begging for one. I don't know. Maybe if everybody says that they want him to make me one, maybe there's enough pressure that could be applied that could.
I have things to say about that. It's
fine.
not that I just don't want to make you a theme song, first of all. It sounds like at least what you're asking me to do is to literally come up with one.
Yeah.
Like just come up with the words and everything, the melody.
Sing.
That's not how that works. And also, we've had this discussion too. I don't actually sing.
Oh my goodness, no.
I'm not a singer.
Yes, you are.
I'm a fake singer.
That doesn't
I pretend to sing.
This literally makes zero sense.
It
That makes zero
makes
sense.
all the sense. All the sense.
It makes no sense. You go up in karaoke, people ooh and ah and clap their hands, and they're like, wow, are you looking for contracts? That's not fake sing. If you sing,
Nobody has ever said that.
I'm pretty sure they have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Stop.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't operate that way. I am not creative enough to like come up with the actual lyrics/melody. It would be one thing if you had
AI. If AI can do it, you can do it. Plus,
AI is smarter than me. If you already knew kind of along the lines of what you wanted, I would definitely do it for you. I mean, I wouldn't be the most confident doing it, but I would do it for you.
You can do it.
Oh, okay. But you also side note, you do have a theme song too, one that you came up with almost right after we got married. Actually,
What?
you were like, da 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 da.
Do not out me like that, okay? I'm not a singer, all right? I do believe anyone could be a singer. It's a muscle that can be trained and used properly, okay? I have never been able to do that, all right? I'm not spending the time. My muscles go in and out. You know, I can barely use my arms and legs half the time. I doubt I'm going to be getting that muscle to do anything amazing, okay? So I am not a singer, unlike you. And one time I said, wouldn't it be great if we had a theme song? And I was trying to like give you an inspiration, and it turns out that all I can do is say da 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 in one kind of tone. I thought I was doing something great, and you know, got some bass in there, but da 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 da, and like I hear it now. I hear it now. That's probably not Grammy worthy or whatever, but
It's a great theme song, babe.
no,
It's a
but I want
great
a real
theme
one.
song.
That was a first draft, you know. And you would think after all these years we would have gotten past that, you know. Like you got to start somewhere, you know. This is an interesting question. What's the story behind one of your scars? That's fun. I feel like I already told you enough traumatic stories, and I have a ton of scars. I scar really easy. So, do I have any actual fun stories of my scars? The getting stung by whatever I got stung by in the ocean gave me a scar for a long time. I don't think I really have it anymore. It faded enough, but because that was like 20 years ago. So I don't have one, but I used to have a huge scar on my leg from that. I have a scar on my face. I do a lot of get ready with me's, like every other day. There's one, at least in a short form version. So if you see that a lot, I do actually have a scar on my face, on the right side of my face, next to right here, like my temple, you know? And I have 2 dots, and they are from when I had chicken pox as a kid. And I had chicken pox on my face, and I had these 2 little chicken pox that were like, in my head, they were buddies, okay? I was young. And I was like, these 2 chicken pox are buddies. And they were with me, and they were my buddies. And they were the ones that I gave the most attention to. Like, you know, I guess scratching and whatever. I don't know. And having chicken pox as a kid was a very lonely time. You know, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything. No one wanted to be around me. Understandable. But still, you know, I was like 5. It was before I was 7, because I remember what house I was in, and we moved out of that house when I was 7. So before 7, I had chicken pox. I was sad, and I remember going to the doctor, and the doctor was like, if you don't mess with them and pull them off yourself, sounds gross, then you won't get scars. And my mom, what a wonderful lady, was like, let's not get scars all over your face, so don't mess with those. And I remember at some point I went, no, I would like to have a memory of my buddies and of this time in my life. And so I scratched them off and gave myself actual scars on purpose. And that's why you don't let 5-year-olds make decisions. But to be honest, I've never regretted it a day in my life. I see them in the mirror like every day, and I'm like, oh, I remember when I was young and had the chicken pox. I don't know. So there you go. That's a good time. What about you?
Well, first of all, apparently we are chickenpox buddies.
You had chickenpox too?
Yes.
Aw.
I don't remember mine being so traumatic.
Yeah.
fact,
It wasn't traumatic.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just lonely.
In fact, I don't really remember it much at all. I kind of remember that it was a thing, but I don't really remember much about it, period. So, but anyways, my actual scar story, though, is actually kind of a stupid scar story because this is a scar that I actually just got recently, and from like the craziest, like it's silly, honestly. So I was cleaning one day, right? You're with me? I was cleaning.
With you so far, buddy.
And I was like cleaning under our kitchen cabinets, like kind of wiping under there.
Okay. You're a tidy king. You're doing the most. Okay.
And so I was wiping under there, and there must have been like a screw, a nail, something, and I grazed it. And at first I was just like, well, that's annoying. It's just like a scratch. And I've done similar stuff before.
Yeah.
And, just, bandaged up, not a big deal. And that's kind of what I did with this one, too. I mean, I kind of got to it a little later than I intended to. But, yeah, for whatever reason, this one just scarred up. And it wasn't like a deep cut. It was just, for the most part, just like kind of a surfacey scratch. But yeah, it's like this long, like maybe a couple inches, 2-3 inches long. And yeah, not deep, just but surface area.
It's a scar. I can see it, like not looking too, look there, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's kind of like one of my more recent ones that is a little lame, honestly.
To go from lame to the best question, what is your comfort food? You needed comfort food after you did that to your finger.
Do you want to answer first, or do you want me to answer first?
I'll go first. Food. I like hot food, unless cold food can be good too. Like sushi cold. Yeah, ice cream cold. Yeah, salad cold. Salad cold, but with hot chicken on top. Yeah, yum. Okay. Fudge, brownies, cold or hot. I don't know. Hot brownie, cold ice cream. Yeah. Food, mac and cheese. Crunchy. Chicken. Anything else fried. Crunchy chips. Yeah, salty. Chinese food. The pho soup. Salty, sweet. Cupcake. Fruit, strawberry.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you here because you're just gonna go on forever.
Those are my favorite. Is food.
Did you even say macaroni?
Strawberry. Tiramisu I haven't had in years, and that was one of my favorites. Cheesecake haven't had in years, and that was one of my favorites. Although they do have a dairy-free cheesecake, dairy-free, gluten-free, that I used to eat. Very happy about it, and I had no self-control. I would always eat the whole thing every time, and it wasn't balanced, and I would get sick because I ate the whole thing. So I kind of just barred myself from eating it for many years. And then tacos and salsas and things. And stop.
You're literally starting to do it over again.
Oh wait, no, and lasagna. Lasagna, yum, 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 yum.
Did you say the macaroni already?
Oh, mac and cheese, bacon on mac and cheese from Ukrops. If you've ever been able, it's like almost sour and stung my throat. Oh, I bet I was allergic to it. I just realized. I can't tell you how many times I have that. Where I was like, oh man, I love eating such and such, but it always makes me itch. You know how it does. And people are like, nope. And I'm like, why didn't that register? Why didn't that register that I'm not supposed to itch when I eat food? Wow. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Ukrop's mac and cheese. Mac and cheese baked home baked. Mac and cheese, gluten-free, dairy-free. Yum Yum Daya for a long time. Loved that. I think they changed since the last time I had them. Mac and cheese.
I still feel like, because ever since they did change it, she hasn't wanted to try it. Nah. And I feel...
It smelled different. I smelled it and I went,
It does smell different. I will agree with that. And it does technically taste different too. But I think actually it could be for the better. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I feel like you should at least give it a try. Just to, at the very least, clear it off your list, so to speak, that you tried it, and that you know for sure that you don't like it. But that's just me.
Oh, steak rolls from Golden Corral with the honey butter. I like mashed potatoes,
I forgot about
corn, and then mac and cheese, all from Golden Corral, all one bowl, mixy. And that thing, mashed potatoes, corn, then mac and cheese. Eat, happy, the best rolls on side with honey butter. Hot roll, yeah, the guy used to bring us like the hot rolls because we love them so much. It was me and my like best friend when I was a kid, and we would go to Golden Corral often, and that would be everything. Baked spaghetti, put cheese, put it back in the oven, bake it. Oh my, otherworldly. That puts me on a different world. You can't tell me I'm still on Earth tasting something like that. Baked spaghetti, crushed pepper on baked spaghetti. Different world all of a sudden. Spicier world, but still just as cheesy. So, sushi.
You said sushi already. You're starting to repeat yourself.
I think it's worth saying again. Yeah. One time I ordered like sushi grade salmon, and it was like it was like several pounds. It was a lot of money. But it was available to be delivered to my house, and I got it, and I just ate that. I just ate a slab of raw meat. What's wrong with me? I did it again. I did that, and then like the next day I was like, I have to do that again. And I did it again like the next week. I couldn't stop thinking about ginger cookies. There's a place that we used to go to that had ginger cookies that were like half the size of my head. I have a really big head though, so they were still really big.
They were honking big. Yeah. I got one from there, and I feel like it took forever for me to eat that thing. Not even like in the same day even. I'm talking like days, weeks. I don't even know how long it was.
Well, hopefully not weeks. That's kind of gross. But I can eat like 5 in one sitting. Not really. But I've tried, and I got sick. Anyways, I liked a challenge. But it was so good. Ginger cookie, it's soft. That's what you need to know.
I feel like mine wasn't soft. I feel like that's one reason actually why it took me as long as it did, because it was like,
I think I got you a different kind. Anyways, those were gluten-free, dairy-free as well, but in a good way. Yeah. And that's not often that you get to say things like that. I'll let you say one thing.
Oh, it's my turn. I thought we were just going to end it there, you know? You let that one get away with you too.
Corn on the cob.
Okay, you're done. You're done.
And you suck out all the juices and the...
It's my turn.
And the butter.
My turn to talk.
All butter.
Huh? Okay. Yeah, that was like a whole that wasn't comfort food. That was just food for you. All food is your comfort food.
There is one I keep thinking of. It's like when you go to get sushi, but they also have fried things, and it's light and fried, and they fry
tempura.
Tempura, everything. I tempura my sushi, tempura the shrimp, tempura the veggies, tempura the sweet potato, all the tempura. I would tempura my house if I could. I'd eat it.
Oh my goodness.
Bang bang shrimp. Remember that time I made us bang bang shrimp and we almost died?
It was so rich. We were getting like nauseous from it. And we like were down, like we were on the floor, or at least I was.
Someone came into my house. Like someone in my family had somehow gotten into my house and was standing in front of us. And I just remember being like, is this like, what are they called?
A mirage?
A mirage, an illusion. Why are they talking to me? I can't help them. I am so full. I thought if I talked back, that all the bang bang shrimp might come out of my bang bang mouth.
Oh my! Yeah, that was an intense situation. We were literally sick. And then what was funny about that though is like after we got like over the nauseousness,
like in like
we were
3
like,
hours.
So you want some more? Yeah. We were just like, I could go for some more. Let's do some more. We didn't learn our lesson.
No. We never will. Which is why I haven't made it again. Okay?
Dude, I literally was thinking about them one day. I was like, oh, we should make those again.
I was thinking recently I wanted to make my fried chicken again, which is one of the things you said is your favorite things from me, which is arguably just because fried chicken is great from anyone.
So for my comfort food, I guess I have several as well. Not as many as Tara, apparently. But I do feel like macaroni is one of them for sure. Pizza, Wings is a big one.
Wings.
And I don't think sushi to me is a comfort food. Like for me personally, I do like it, but I wouldn't classify it as a comfort food. Like I'm not gonna like be like, oh, I really need some kind of dopamine today, and then immediately go sushi. No, I don't think so. I think it would be one of those other things that I mentioned, or just chips.
You were in love with movie theater popcorn.
Ooh, that is true.
You used to.
It's so bad for you though.
Yeah, you would get it and bring it home and like save it, and you would like stop and I'm like, what are you doing? You're really going out of your way to get that movie. And I would come home and you'd just be like, I'd be like, did you even go to the movies?
Yeah.
And I feel like half of the time you wanted to go to a movie for the popcorn. And you would get the biggest bowl. You had like a whole routine of how much pump you had to put on and whatever of butter, and then we would leave and you had to like get it emptied out and refilled and buttered up and all the way to the top. And you'd ask whoa.
Well,
and you'd like save it and you'd put like plastic wrap over it. We got home and you'd be like, "This is for me tomorrow," and I was like, "This is a little. I mean, if it makes you happy."
Well, I definitely didn't go just for the popcorn. I went for the whole thing, the whole experience. I liked the whole experience of going to the movies, and the popcorn did increase that, obviously, for sure. But even just like, especially going and enjoying a movie with friends or something, and then the fact that you're watching it on this huge screen, all of it. I liked it. And then even just like the whole little lobby area. I don't know why. It's so nostalgic at this point. Or getting candy ahead of time. Like you get go to the dollar store and get a bunch of different candies,
yes.
and then bring them in with you.
Yes.
And then you just pull them out of your pockets.
Well, actually, a lot of movie theaters don't let you do that, in which case, don't do that, because you don't want to break the rules. And, if we ever did that, we're sorry. And we were young and foolish. And your candy's really expensive. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up there. I thought we were going to get through more questions, but man, I really took those questions. I realize that now, okay? I realize that I'm the problem. Anyways, I don't think it's a problem. I think our laundry's done and we had a good old time, and hopefully you did too. What more can I say to that? Have a good one. Say bye, Robbie.
Bye, Robbie.